Good morning. It's 11 something, 10 something. And doing this real quick because my husband's going to be coming back very soon, picking up my son, and then we're going to pick up my truck. So, yep, I think I just saw a glimpse of them. Or maybe not. It might have just been a shadow. But it is currently like fucking pouring. Like, it has not stopped raining since like yesterday afternoon. And it's getting a little kind of scary because we're under an aerial flood watch. We have flash flood warnings. We have all of this stuff going on, and we've got stuff that we've got to go do. We've got to go pick up my truck because it's done at the dealer. It's $981. This is not gonna be a good day. And then we have stuff we have to do tonight at the high school for my son's promotion, where we have to go to it at 7 o'clock in the morning. 7 o'clock. So I'm like, fuck. And then I got to get my head reshaved, and then I'm gonna re-dye my purple. At least I have clean laundry. I mean, that's a positive, right? I don't know. This is actually kind of terrifying for me. And I'm like, where the hell is my husband? Don't know. There he is. All right. So I said I was going to talk about what happened with my truck, and I guess I'll do it now while I'm waiting on like Premiere and stuff to open. Which kind of need to move the phone so it's in a different spot. Currently. Oh, here is my. Oh, if I do this, okay. I can kind of recline a little bit, so I don't have to like lean on the blanket and stuff. I'm currently in my bed because I'm using this week. Ooh, oh my god, phone. Okay, fine. Sit there to get more basically relax and recover, because last pay period, which was over 2 weeks, which ended Sunday but doesn't count toward what ended Saturday, and then I worked Sunday, but I worked 10 days out of those 14, and I worked 103 hours. So that's an average of like 10.3 hours a day. 3 of those days were short days. If I would have worked my double on Saturday, I would have had like 106 hours, 107 hours. But it was too many hours. But if you're hearing anything, it's one, you're hearing the fan of my laptop, the washer is going, and my husband is watching Deadpool 2. But anyway, about my truck. So I was off Thursday. We had like this big cookout thing going on at work. It's like I said, I've been doing all these dishes. Ethan, washer, go ahead and start you some laundry as well, because you still have a bunch of clothes left. But what happened? So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just go. And since I did all these dishes, I was like, I deserve this, free meal. Plus, we were getting like shirts given to us and stuff. We get new shirts every year that we can wear, like, and those were like the nicer ones. And I'm glad I went because of the simple fact of it being that it was, they're bigger than supposed to be. They're like a little bit long in the sleeves, and I'm really long in the waist. And I'm like, that was just me choosing the right size that I needed. But I sat around for a few hours. I got there about 11:15. About 11:15. I didn't leave until 2:30. And I literally just, I hung out with coworkers. I didn't bother them and keep them from getting anything. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say. Um, I didn't get in trouble, and I wasn't distracting or anything like that. And it was nice to actually like be able to just sit and talk to coworkers, because these coworkers have become like my friends, like full on my friends. So sitting there talking, and it was like about 2:30. It's like everybody else is like, the shift change is getting ready to start happening. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and leave now. And I get to the highway, take my on ramp, and I'm noticing I'm struggling to go. Thinking nothing of it. Sometimes it does it. We had wind, crazy, crazy wind going. So I thought nothing of it. But then I had issues, or like there was like a strap and some like tire tread in the middle of the road. So I ended up trying to avoid it and end up running it over. And then I looked down because I'm like, I feel something is different. My hair is like falling out of this thing. But I feel it. My truck is running different. Like, I drive this thing every day. I notice differences in how it runs. So that starts. And so oh my God, my hair's all just janked up. So I'm like, okay. I'm watching like my RPMs just drop, even though my foot is like practically like all the way down on the gas. And I'm slowly losing speed. And I know another exit's coming up, because I've had to take this exit before. In my husband's car, where I accidentally put it in manual instead of drive. So I take that exit, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can make it. Oh my God, my hair is just like destroyed. I'm like, let's see how far how I can make it. Well, I didn't make it very far. I made it off the exit. Harder than hell to steer. My brakes felt hard. Like, I was stopping, but I felt like I was losing my brakes. I've actually driven a vehicle with no brakes. It felt like the opposite when you hit the brake pedal and it just hits the ground and you don't slow down. It was the opposite. It was like major, major, major resistance. Like my brakes had locked. And that's what I felt like. And then it felt like my steering wheel had locked. It felt like all of this had locked. Well, I have power brakes. I have the ABS and all of that. And I have power steering and stuff like that. So I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Oh my God. And it dies, like right at an off ramp. Thankfully, like almost right in between. Because behind, when they come off and they go, right? Yeah, you're going right. So when you're crossing traffic, it's like a construction-based area thing. It's like a concrete, asphalt kind of stuff is all right there, up there a little bit. And I'm like, huh. So all these trucks are like trying to get off the highway and all of that. Well, right as it happens, I mean, it's like right as it happens, there's a truck coming down that was going to be turning right and going, like, basically it would have been like going like towards the hospital the same way I would be going if I was coming home or coming to work. And he stopped, made sure I was okay, made sure I got on the phone with someone to get taken care of and all of that. And then I got stopped. I'm like, so I called my husband. He's like, call this tow truck company. We did all that. We took care of all of that. And then while I'm waiting for the tow truck person, it's like 6, 7 different people stop, making sure I'm okay. All males, all guys, different ages, different builds, different races, everything. I mean, I had a couple black guys show up. I had a couple old guys show up. Some very rednecky looking guys. I even had a guy like in a suit show up and ask and make sure I was okay. And then I had city workers, and then asking if I could do it. And I said, no, my steering wheel is locked. My brakes are locked. I said, I can't move. It's like, I can't even, I can go into neutral and nothing, but it's not moving. It's, my truck is locked. And I'm like, I've got a tow truck coming. And then I had one guy had stopped behind me and he helped guide another truck through. And it was like, I can see, it was like so close to my back end getting smacked by one of the rotating concrete trucks. But right behind him was the tow truck guy. And, you know, talking to God, which it worked out. We just got it back, $981.21. Not a cheap fix, but yeah, it was I had to have a fuel system. The module cost $340. And then the labor was $540 because they have to pull everything down. Okay. And then it's got all my information of what I had told them on there. But not a cheap fix, but I wasn't expecting. I mean, I was kind of hoping it would be cheap. But we had considering it's an 01, 160,000 miles. I just got the mileage on here, I'm pretty sure. Because usually they'll put that 155,000 miles. Yeah, 155,000 miles. So, service date 4/20/01. Weird. Oh, it is an 01. So I'm wondering if that's when it was originally purchased was for. Anyway, because like I said, it's an 01. I gotta stop messing with my hair. 155,000 miles. We've had to rebuild the transmission. It's gotten brand new brakes done. Just within the past year and a half. But otherwise, you know, it's really good freaking condition. And we got the fuel pump fit. We got it in 06. And we got the fuel pump filter. The fuel filter changed like 7 years ago ish, somewhere around 2010. So we got an extra 10 years out of this fuel pump basically, because you change the fuel filter and it helps extend the life of your fuel pump. But I hate myself right now for messing with my hair so much. But got all that. So that's the biggest thing for me. It was just terrifying sitting there stuck on the side of the road. But tow truck guy was really nice, and he goes, "You would rather." A couple of things that kind of was interesting. One, his mom works in the same hospital as me, and he told me he stopped going to our cafe because they stopped having sweet potato fries. I was able to tell him, we have sweet potato fries again. So we have regular fries, sweet potato fries, and onion rings. He's like, I'm glad I have to come back. But like I said, his mom works there. And then, you know, just, he also was like, he's like trained. Food management, stuff like that. And that's but he more comfortable in a tow truck. I'm like, that sounds familiar. It's like, I know a lot of people like that. Ones who are like classically trained in other things but have moved to food, or ones that are like, you know, food trained and moved to other things. And then you got my family who's my brother and my dad, who are just more comfortable being in cars, under cars and things like that. So it's like, it was nice. It was a nice talk for them, but it's been a stressful set of few days. Whew. So I'm going to sit here and relax for a few more hours before I have to start getting ready for my son's his promotion, 8th grade promotion. Oof. I don't feel good right now. Just nerves and everything. So it's like, ugh. But yay, my truck is back. We haven't floated away yet. Thank God. And it sounds like it finally stopped raining. But we'll see how long that lasts. So. figures I do that. So, haven't vlogged at all for the day, minus that quick little thing in the car, and then the thing after we picked up the truck. Explaining what happened to the truck. I literally sat around and did nothing. Until I had to, get ready for my son's promotion. I have a really good explanation for why my eyeliner's all janked up. And it's not because I cried. Yeah. It's because as I was putting on my makeup this evening, a tornado siren started going off. So, the tornado wasn't close to us or anything like that. Driving to to the high school, and I was like, "Is it right there on my lip?" And you can see it really clear. You could see it. It was like rain wrapped, but you could see where it was at, which was kind of scary. But just a little click this way, just looking. There's some freaking rainbow. It was probably far distance, but when you're looking at it didn't look very far at all. I'm trying to figure out why I'm so tired, and it's because it's almost midnight and I'm still awake. Tomorrow's plan is to wash this and recolor it. Because since I use Manic Panic, I can recolor it as often as I want. Because it's just semi-permanent, so it doesn't last very long. I'm loving this color though on my lips. Not quite sure what the color is, but it's Milani's matte, satin matte, something like that. But I really like it. It's a nude. It's all I wear. I only wear nudes on my lips. I buy colors to try and be different. I buy some reds, I buy some purples, I buy some other colors, and I go with the nudes. This is it's not really great. Not really good lighting right now, but it's like a mauvey purple, but it's still nude, still kind of nude. I wear the nudes, like the browns and, the muted colors, or I will go with pinks, light pinks. But I found those kind of colors and stuff like that really work well with my eyes, really work well with the fact that I wear the color of my glasses and stuff like that. So, and my voice is sounding weird because my husband is sleeping in the living room towards that door. He thinks he might be coming down a strap, so he's staying away from me because he's smart. Just like we might be on vacation. But you don't want to get me sick. I'm already dealing with one hell of a migraine right now. If that probably helped. But, and as I told my husband, grab it real quick. It is a vanilla Pepsi. With butterscotch schnapps. Probably a little too much butterscotch schnapps, but I don't care. And it's 2 cans, so it's 24 ounces of Pepsi in 6 shots. I didn't measure, I just poured. I'll say this about this lipstick. It doesn't go anywhere once it dries. And it dries pretty matte too. Obviously it's matte. I'm trying to figure out, somebody suggested wearing, I don't think I put enough powder on because I can feel it just coming right off of my hands. Using eye primer on your like T-zone areas, for your areas that you just like oil off. And I tried a new foundation. It's one of the CoverGirl mattes. Oops. Trying to see if I can find out which one it is without having to get up. I'm so spoiled by autocorrect. There we go. There it is. It's the True Blend Matte. Actual foundation. Not, wow, that is like, I'm looking at like the prices for it, and the prices, Walmart's got it for $8.42. Target's got it for $6.49. And Ulta has it for $11.49. It's like, good Lord. But it's the True Blend. and my powder is usually the clean matte. I do matte because as you look, you can see it. It's like, and that's with powder, foundation, and matte. Well, my powder wasn't matte. It was just actually it was. Technically, it is matte. It doesn't say matte on the lid. Because it's the light blue turquoise color thing of CoverGirl's powder, which I use like religiously. I love CoverGirl's foundations, or their powders. Had never had any issues with it. It doesn't oxidize weird on me, and it doesn't apply weird, I guess I should say. But I like rotate foundations. My favorite one is the number 7 something matte. I think it's Beautifully Matte. Yeah, Beautifully Matte. But the color I have is like way, way, way too light right now. Because I bought it in winter when my skin was really fuck. But with me driving all the time in my truck, I'm in the sun a lot. So I'm getting like an actual tan going on, which is normal for me. I start getting it about now. And then I get the fake tan going on. This is a bit nice. It looks like I'm starting to get a tan. Fake. I use the Jergens stuff that they have. Just gotta make sure you remember to wash your hands afterwards, because in between my fingers is all nice and weird colored. But I have that I use in the shower, and it's like the more intense. And then outside the shower afterwards, I use like the normal, like less intense. So I'm super, super moisturized when I remember to do it. Which isn't very often. Yuck, my hair. I just washed it yesterday, and it's like I haven't washed it in 3 days. Because I put it in a ponytail right afterwards. But I will say the color is fading kind of nicely. It's fading in this like nice little ombre going on. Anyway. Eyeliner. Maybelline. One of their felt tip ones. The new one I hadn't used before. A longer tip than I'm used to, so it went all janky, especially when I'm shaking. Can usually do pretty good. For me, eyeliner is like the easiest thing to do, which is weird because you can see I have these crazy hooded eyes. Like you can't even tell that I have my shadow on, but if I lift my lids in, you can see I actually have shadow on. My mascara almost always is CoverGirl, but it wasn't today. It's a CoverGirl. I used their primer. And it was Falsies. They're Falsies or something like that. The Maybelline one. I think it's Maybelline or L'Oreal. If you can't tell, if I can't buy it at Walmart or Walgreens, I'm not going to use it. Most of the time, it's not even Walgreens. Most of it's Walmart. Especially now that Walmart started carrying Milani. That primer is on my nose. And the other primer is Neutrogena Matte Oil Control with Soap and Glory Matte Pore something. It's like a primer refiner thing. I happened to find that I still had some. Oh, there goes the husband. So.